Hey there, and we are live. This is very exciting, Kimi. So glad to have you here with us today.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Oh, this is great. This is an opportunity for us to share with all of you who are choosing to stop by, and we're grateful that you are. That we've got an event coming up that we want you to know about. So Kimi is going to be a guest speaker in my Master Number 11 membership. Now, for those of you who don't know about the membership, it was originally created for those who were Master Number 11s, right? But I've since kind of changed my thinking on that, and I want to make this opportunity to be part of this community available to everyone. Because you know what? If I look at your numerology chart, I'm going to find an 11 in your chart somewhere. I promise you that. I have learned that over the years. Maybe it comes in the form of a cycle. Maybe it comes in the form of an actual core number. Doesn't matter. But everything that's in the membership is amazing. And we've been doing this for about 3 years. There's tons of information in there. I'll explain a little bit later how you can get involved with that if you like. But in the meantime, I have asked Kimi to come in to speak to the group on Wednesday. Let's see if I can get my little banners up here. Boom, look how smart I am. Wednesday, March the 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to be doing a presentation in the Master Number 11 group. And we're going to be talking about the importance of mindfulness. We're calling this Mindfulness Matters. And excuse me, Kimi, this is a very passionate subject for Kimi. She is a mindfulness coach and has been coaching people for a while now because of her own experience with not being so mindful. So, Kimi, maybe you want to share with us a little bit about that experience. What got you into this line of work?
Absolutely. And you're completely right. And I'm so incredibly passionate about this topic, about mindfulness, because it's true. I was not mindful. I would say it was really about 1.5 years ago when I essentially reached burnout, had a series of panic attacks. Everything changed. I literally had to stop everything, stop work. And ultimately, when I started to go through my own self-empowered healing journey, I realized, wow, I was never in the present moment. I was constantly on autopilot. And I was completely fused and completely just led by my fixed beliefs, these limiting beliefs that were completely holding me back, keeping me very fearful, very anxious. And I was just kind of going through life without even really realizing it, just kind of coasting through without appreciating everything I had, everything I was doing, striving for more. But just the more I attained, the less happier I felt, the less satisfied I felt.
Mm-hmm.
So ultimately, I know we've talked about this. It was essentially the universe giving me that slap.
Yeah.
That slap of knocking me down because I refused to listen. I refused to slow down. I only operated in my head and ignored everything to do with my intuition and leading through my heart and really feeling into my emotions. And so that all came to a crashing halt. So fall 2020 just also happened to be the time of COVID and many contributing factors, but ultimately mindfulness and me really going inward and starting a mindfulness practice and reading and learning and just trying any healing modality that I felt pulled to. Ultimately, it all came down to just, really anchoring myself into the present moment. And that was through a number of different mindfulness techniques. And it's not just, sitting in meditation. It goes so much beyond that. And that's what I'll be talking about on March 9th. It goes into thinking about and really being aware of your thoughts, of your emotions, processing your emotions, tapping into all of that. And ever since I've been really focusing on this mindfulness piece, it's transformed my life. It's allowed me to lead me to you, to numerology, to all the different things and that I've been doing, astrology, learning about that. But ultimately, all coming back to, what is my purpose? What am I here? What are my talents? What are my needs? All of that. And really just anchoring that into this moment and really taking very actionable, value-led steps. So that's been my journey over the last 1.5 years, and it's all mindfulness based. And so now I work with women, whether it be through, I have a 4-month program that I that I currently run called the Awakening You Journey, or if it's Reiki energy healing or whatever it might be. It's all from mindfulness based. And so that's been such a huge part of my life now moving forward.
You know what? This is so amazing. The timing of our discussion, I think, couldn't be any better. I mean, 2022 has started off with a bit of a, yeah, it's been pretty tense. And I mean, anybody who's drawn to the work that we do are typically energetically sensitive. And certainly the group that I manage is all energetically sensitive people. And right now, it's so important for us to be grounded. It's so important for us to be in the present, because, if you tune in too much into the news, you're going to find yourself tapping into anxiety, and anxiety comes because you're not connected, right? I always say it's like you're a lightning bolt, and the lightning bolt can't touch the ground. It doesn't become a lightning bolt. It's just like all the time, and nothing lands, right? And we self-sabotage. And so right now it's like learning how to breathe, learning how to connect, learning how to stay present. All the things that you teach are going to be so important for us moving forward. And I've had so many people express to me over the last couple of weeks with this whole thing going on in Russia and the Ukraine, it's causing so much anxiety for so many people. And it's partly because 2022 is 3 number 2s, right? The 2 is the most sensitive of all of the numbers. And it's asking us to merge. It's asking us to face one another. And this is why we're running into this right now. Yeah. So it's so important for us to have the tools that we need to stay in the moment, right? Rather than projecting in the future, because that's when we get anxious, right?
100%. Yeah. When we're too worried, we're either too worried and we're in the future and worried about things that may never actually occur, or we're ruminating on the past of, oh, I should have handled this situation differently, or, so we're just never here, which is actually all we have is just this present moment.
I say that all the time. I say that all the time. Yeah, I do. It's like, you've got to stay in the present, because it's the only place that you can evoke a change.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, looking at our numbers and looking at my numbers, because I'm a life path 2911. My heart's desire is a 9. I found out recently the achievement is a 7. And I always said to you, where's my 7? Where is my 7 in my chart? Because it wasn't my top 4 corners, or not core numbers. But then, you introduced this new modifier and you talked about the achievement number. And I'm like, when I calculated it, I was like, there it is. Because I knew it had 7 somewhere. But, that's a lot of sensitivity, right? There's a lot of, being the empath and highly sensitive person and the intuitive, like we need to be grounded. We need to be grounded.
We do, because it's not just the vibration of the people that are in your close proximity, right? It's the vibration of the planet. The whole planet is just doing this, right? And it's all this uncertainty, and it's a little crazy what's going on out there. But I feel like, like I said, the timing of this is really, really incredibly good. Excuse me.
Yeah.
We're all going to need a little bit of help. We're all going to need a little bit of support. So, what can you say about mindfulness, Kimi? Like, what is mindfulness in a nutshell?
Yeah, I mean, that's an excellent question. So what we're striving for is really, very simply put, how I describe it is to be very acutely aware of this moment. Mm-hmm. And it even goes beyond just focus, and so we can use our breath to anchor. That's a really common way to anchor yourself into the present moment. And on the 9th, we'll go through a little exercise just so everyone can actually, experience, and they know what I'm talking about when I say bringing yourself into this moment, right? But it goes beyond that. It goes to be aware of what is going on internally in our world, right? So that includes the thoughts. So being aware of the thoughts that come in and how to manage the thoughts. So I'll be sharing techniques as to how to manage the constant stream. I mean, we get thousands of thoughts per day. Yeah. So I teach a technique that's been incredibly helpful for me to really help first become aware and then to manage those thoughts so that we can come back to the present moment, because that's what those thoughts do. They come in and then they take us off, right? And then we fuse with them and then we're gone down sometimes a really dark rabbit hole. So it's about releasing those. But also beyond just that is also being acutely aware of like our emotions. What are we feeling right now? And it's so important for us to be tapped into that. And I work with a lot of women who they struggle, even being, because they're busy. They've got lots going on, right? And so it's go, 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 go. I can't focus on me. I can't prioritize me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about, I work with them to help slow them down so that they can reconnect. And a good way is to really just tap into what are you feeling? What are you feeling right now? What am I feeling? And processing and managing those intense emotions as well.
It's true. I mean, you study numerology as well, and when we look at the number 6, the 6 is quite often prevalent in people's charts, and of course, 6 is the year, our universal year this year. But the 6 causes us to have this need for perfection, to be first out of the gate, to be the overachiever, to take on all the responsibilities, and basically, it's wears the hat of the multitasker. And one of the things I'm learning about myself. I have a lot of 6 energy in my chart. And one of the things I've learned about myself is that I can't measure my worth based on what I contribute. And this 6 energy this year is teaching all of us that. Mm-hmm. And it's like people call me all the time and say, well, what's my life purpose? Tell me what my life purpose is. And I'm like, well, it's a moving target, right? Because your life purpose is fluid. It's not the certificate on the wall. It's not that you're a doctor, a dentist, or a lawyer. It's got nothing to do with that. It's how do you live in every single moment of your day?
That's right.
In my mind, is what your purpose is. So it starts every morning when you put your feet on the floor. Take that first breath, put your feet on the floor, reset, let's go. Yesterday I might not have managed that one quite so well. I get an opportunity to reset today. Let's do it. But when we're all constantly in this multitasking mode of do, gotta do it. Like, how will you ever know what your gifts are?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because we're always on the chase, right?
Absolutely. I always describe it as like, I was the same way, the same way where I almost felt like I had this like intense shell of just like that buzzing and like that doing. And it took through mindfulness and creating a practice to really like move beyond and break down that hard exterior shell of the doing, the giving. And I work with a lot of clients that have very strong 6s in their chart too. And wow, like, absolutely. If they're not giving, it's like, who am I?
Yes.
And it's just, so it's really about balance. And that's what this year is giving us too. It's about balance, but also putting yourself first, putting your needs first, and prioritizing you. So I, will be providing, and I do provide, because, I'm not saying you need to stop and you can't do anything, because that's not realistic. But what I do is I provide practical and easy ways to ground yourself throughout the day. So I'll be talking about, some formal techniques that, sure, you set the intention, you set some time aside. Very common practice of that is meditation. So I'll be talking a little bit about that. But then even beyond that, like, I recognizing that not everyone has the time, or do they want to sit in meditation for, say, 30 minutes a day or whatnot. So I also provide informal techniques to ground yourself, really simple ways that take 30 seconds, a minute, 5 minutes at a time, that you can sprinkle throughout your day, that really just brings you back into your body and brings you back into now. So that it's all about balancing the doing and the being. Oh. That is really like a big purpose of mine, and working with these women and these individuals, to really balance the doing and the being, because we're so heavily on the doing, we need to bring it back into the being as well.
Well, we talk about that 6 energy again, 2022 being the 6. And when you look at the number 6, right, it's got this big round belly on it. Mm-hmm. And so that reminds us of the nurturer. Mm-hmm. But when you take that round bottom of the 6 and you place it on a flat surface, what's it going to do?
Flatten out.
It's going to rock. It's going to rock and roll, right? So it's like everybody's doing this. I need a little bit for me to fill my cup a little bit so I can continue to give to you. But here, Susie wants me, Joey wants me, Bobby wants, oh my God, and the 6 energy, everybody wants a piece of you. And this is the year when all of us are being asked to really recognize this and really get clear about what's important to you and how do we set boundaries. This is a great talk we had just yesterday with Fiona Black which is in the membership now. We talked about, how to stop giving your power away and how to stand firm in your boundaries. And we talked about how difficult it is for the emotionally and energetically sensitive people to set a boundary because they're so tapped in to what everybody needs. You in particular, you've got all this 9 energy in your chart. You're very tapped into what people need. And so what you want to do is serve them. But you're also, in your case, you're also an 11, which says, but I also need to belong, right? So I will compromise, which sounds to me like this is what you were doing before you crash and burn, right? You were compromising a lot and putting yourself out there so that you didn't get rejected. There's that fear of standing alone as an 11.
Absolutely.
Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Like what happens if I'm not that person who's holding the fort together all the time?
Yeah. And what a change when you really understand yourself and understanding your own blueprint through numerology, through astrology, whatever, whatever modality you choose to believe in or you follow. Once you start to really step in and understand yourself, that is the first piece. That's the awareness piece, being mindful of who you are and what you need, your talents, your skills. And then you can really step into that empowered living, right? And wow, what a difference. What a difference it is.
Yeah. This is, I haven't even announced it yet, but I feel like I want to talk about it. So the group that I have is called the Master Number 11 Membership. It has been that way for about 3.5 years now, but it's about to change, and we're going to be hosting it so it's open to absolutely everybody. The name is going to change on it as well because I want everybody to feel welcome in there. So living on purpose is going to be the theme of this particular group. So it's going to be taking not just the Master 11s, but anybody who's interested in being supported in a like-minded community where you can say anything, right? And that's the exciting part about this new community is going to have a chat room that we're all going to be able to connect with throughout the whole month, right? We're going to have the live events to happen. There's going to be courses. There's going to be all kinds of really cool stuff in there. It's going to be a couple months before this all happens. I do want to share, though, a selfless plug here. I do want to share that the membership is now on sale, but only for another couple of weeks at $65 for the year. And those of you who join at the $65 mark or $11 a month, you're going to be grandfathered in. So even though you're going to get a whole new membership with a whole lot more, you're going to go in on the old price. Okay. So I would really encourage you to take a look at that because, you can cancel whenever you want. It's entirely up to you, but there's so much good stuff in there. If you join for $65 for the year, you get a $47 course for free called Uncover Your Life Purpose. So, it's a bit of a no-brainer, right? But anyway, where you're going to go and look at that is over here at anperrynumerologist.com/master11-overview. So all the information's there, but we've got all kinds of really great speakers, Kimi being one of them. Super excited to have you there. This event that we're going to be hosting is going to happen on Wednesday, March 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Got to be a member to attend. There's MP3s, there's PDF support documents, there's videos in there. There's all kinds of great material in there already that you can take advantage of. So I hope that you'll come and grow with us. It's going to be kind of a fun evening for sure. I cannot wait. I need to learn this. Like the timing of this, very selfish here. I need to learn more about this. So thank you for being part of our group, Kimi. So it's awesome. It really is. But thank you guys for all stepping in too. I see there's a lot of our regulars that have there. Pulkit, hi, how you doing? Rose Ford, here she is. Rose, I'm hoping that you're not standing on your head like you were last night. That wasn't cool. She knows I love her. Rose is part of our membership, and she was at our event last night. Hey, Benny, there's DIY divorce class. Wow, I could have used you a couple of years ago, Melanie. And Benny, with regards to a lucky color or a lucky color for you to wear, do you know what? I don't really, to be honest with you, Benny, I don't believe in luck. I do believe that all of our choices create our reality. And so how we choose to respond to everything is what's creating our reality all the time. So I don't really look at luck so much. I think if I put on the color green because I like the color green and I feel fortunate wearing that color green, then fortune's going to come to me. That's kind of how I look at that. So we've got a 22-4 life path here in Quell 777. Cool. Indie Mix 11 here. Awesome. Hey, Corrine. Nice to see you too. Hey, Lauren. We've got Robin's Healing is here. Awesome. Good to see you guys. Adelina. Yeah, just say no, like 90s drug commercials. Good plan. And what else we got here? Look forward to the new changes on your platform. Good. Yeah, I'm glad. I can't wait to see you there too. So anybody have any questions whatsoever, post them down below. We'll be happy to answer them afterwards for you. We're going to let you go for now, but we really do hope that you will consider signing up for the membership so that you can take advantage of this really neat opportunity to learn the tools that we're going to need to get us through 2022. I don't mean to be, I'm not trying to be negative when I say it's not going to get any easier, guys, but it is going to get a little bit more tense over the next few months. And I feel that it's our responsibility to have the tools that we need so we can choose to access those tools and we can create a better reality for ourselves. Otherwise, we're just being bombarded and life is happening to us. Yeah. It's not happening to you unless you choose to allow it to happen to you. Otherwise, it's just, you can choose to let it flow through you and choose to respond in kind. So any other thoughts you want to put out there? Kimmy, how do they find you? How do people find you?
Yeah, so I'm primarily on Instagram these days. So I'm at Ann_awakening_Sangha, SANGHA. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's pretty much. I also have a Facebook group that I'm starting to build now, but primarily on Instagram. That's the best way and easiest way to connect and reach out and follow along.
Perfect. I'm going to hide that there. So I'm going to put that up on the comments down below. In response to Quell 777, yes, all you need to do is go to this one right here. That's the website there that you can check out. It gives you a whole view. Actually, if you go to the website and check out the Master Number 11 overview, there is a full video in there right now, which is an example of a class that we have. All of our classes are held over Zoom, so we're all able to talk to one another and ask questions. And you can turn your cameras off if you're more comfortable doing that. You can have your audio on when you want to ask a question, that sort of thing. It's pretty flexible, but it's a really great community that meets together live once a month right now. So, and it's going to get a whole lot bigger as we move forward. So get in on the $65 yield price or the $11 a month, because it is not staying there for long. So that's your heads up, right? So hoping to see you guys there. Again, any questions, post them down below. Happy to answer them for you. Kimi, I can't wait to connect with you again on Wednesday. June. Let's push it to June, shall we? Wednesday, March 9th. Where's my brain at?
You want the nice weather. That's what you're looking for.
I am still looking for the nice weather. So that would be Wednesday, March the 9th. Yeah. Thank you. 7 p.m. Eastern time. So looking forward to seeing you guys. Okay. Love y'all. Take care. We'll see you there.
Bye.
Bye for now.